Welcome back, everybody. Nice to see you again. My name is Jesse, aka formerly known as X Valentine. Dropping the X Valentine. I'm just going with my real name, because why not? Yeah, it's what everybody calls me anyways. Nobody ever calls me, hey, X Valentine. Woo! So, you might have seen that my channel name has changed, and that's why. I just feel like my name, it's a good name. It's a good name. Although my parents did want to name me Jacob, but I don't think I'm a Jacob. So, what are we doing today? Well, for those of you that don't know, I have been a body piercer for the past 7 years. 7 years? It's been that long. 3 years shy of a decade. And there are a lot of things that go into it. As far as the whole aspect of everything from dealing with customers to actually getting down to the piercing itself and knowing how to pierce and knowing what to do in certain situations. If sometimes things go awry and you don't know how to handle them, but I feel like I've been doing it long enough that I'm comfortable now to be able to talk about it. And I wanted to look at some piercing fails today and just kind of walk you through some of the stuff that I maybe would have done a little bit differently and what went wrong. So let's get right into it. So this girl looks like she's getting her tongue pierced. And he's marking it for whatever reason.
Okay, you ready?
Well, okay, let's see. Marking it, it's not a bad idea. You can mark it if you want, but the tongue's always so wet, and people don't always comply with everything that you want to do, so they'll pull their tongue back in and end up smudging the mark, and then this and that. I used to mark him back when I first started, but after a while you just kind of get into a rhythm of knowing where it should be and where it shouldn't be. Oh, please don't tell me you're using plastic ass clamps.
So you don't drool on your shirt.
Please don't tell me you're using plastic ass clamps.
Stick it way out. There you go.
He's using plastic clamps.
Alright. 1, 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, you pulled back from me.
What? Oh, you pulled back from me.
That's exactly what we can't do. You want me to try it again?
He's such a liar. He's such a legit liar. Want me to try again? And he goes back with the plastic clamps? Why? It's just gonna happen again.
1, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Alright, I'm gonna keep it out.
Let me tell you something. Don't ever use plastic clamps. Get yourself some nice surgical steel closed sponge forceps. Okay? That is what you need. These plastic ones that are A, open, and B, they're plastic. They're going to slip. They're going to slide. You're not going to be able to get a good enough grip on the tongue to where you can kind of pull back if you need to, if they try and pull the tongue back in. It's just a bad idea all around. And what he did there was tell her, oh, you tried to pull your tongue back. You shouldn't have done that. No, she didn't pull her tongue back. Don't lie to your clients. Don't, if you mess up, just be honest. Trust me. I have messed up piercings in the beginning of my piercing career and even at the end of my piercing career. Sometimes you just have an off day. Sometimes things just don't go correctly, or there's a lot of different factors involved, but don't lie to your client. Don't lie to your client and be like, oh, it was your fault, when clearly it was his fault for using the wrong tools. But all transparency, 100% transparency. Talk to your customers. I've had customers where I've screwed things up and I've straight up told them, hey, this is crooked, or that's not the right angle, or this isn't the... Even sometimes I'll even tell them myself, like, this isn't the way that I want it to look. So I'll either A, tell them, if you don't want to try it again, come back in a couple of days. We'll give it another shot. I won't charge you. Or if you want to let me fix it right then and there, we can fix it right then and there. But don't pull this bullshit like, oh, you moved your tongue, but I didn't move my tongue. Like, don't blame your clients for something that you know that is your mistake. That being said, there are plenty of people that do move, and plenty of people that just don't want to comply with what you're doing.
Ready. Dang it, Cecilia.
Oh my God.
I tried it earlier and it didn't do that.
Don't ever use plastic or these piercing guns. If anybody ever comes at you like, yeah, let's get that piercing done, and then pull out one of these cheap ass gross plastic guns, just say pass. Just say no thank you. Find somebody that does it by hand with a needle. You're going to be A, it's a lot more sanitary, and B, it's a lot more efficient. Because as you can see here, it looks like they already have it
It's okay.
stuck on her nose.
See, I'm torturing her. Okay.
And if you know anything about
hurting?
noses, it's a lot of cartilage, and it's pretty thick.
I can't do this.
So that little gun pushing a little earring into your nose
I'm
is
trying to get this out
just
to
not a
Denise,
good idea.
And I need help. I'm hurting her.
I need help. I'm hurting her. Well, you shouldn't have used a plastic gun to begin with.
Okay, let me get this
I don't
out.
know either.
Okay, hold this.
Are you okay?
It's totally fine. She's okay. It's just
Does
that
it hurt?
Stuck in
This is a disaster.
I don't want to pull it out. What are we doing?
There. It's out. It's out.
It's out, but it's halfway out of your nose.
Well, your eyes are watering and you're
But
twitching.
hold on.
It's okay,
I'm
because
gonna try
that's scary
to
and we
stick
have
this
to get it
thing
back
halfway
all the
through
way
your
through.
nose
Shove it through.
with sheer force.
It's
Is it okay?
not all the way through.
Push it all the way through.
No, you're not going to be able to push it all the way through because you know how thick and hard that is.
Hey, this might hurt you, but I have to push it inside the
It's
hole.
your
And she-
fingernails that's killing me.
And she wasn't wearing any gloves. Neither of them were wearing gloves. Always wear gloves. Always wear anything that you can take precaution against bloodborne diseases. Okay? Wear a face mask if you need to. Wear an apron if you need to. But don't be sticking your dirty hands on somebody's freshly open wound. Alright, so here it looks like he's doing a dermal. And it looks like he is doing a dermal with a needle. Which is a lot more difficult to do with a needle than it is with a biopsy punch. What's...
You want to breathe in through your nose,
Okay.
out your mouth.
Oh my god, that dude's pressing so hard. Why is he pressing so hard? Don't twist. Oh my god.
Shit.
I feel bad for this lady.
Nope. You gotta have patience.
Nope, gotta have patience.
I'm gonna get one.
15 minutes later.
Okay. He's still coring it out.
Deep breath.
At that point,
Deep breath.
he cleaned it off, right? But if you can look in closely around it, her skin is decimated because he did that twisting move. You're never supposed to twist with dermals. I've learned both ways. There's a couple of ways to do dermals. One with the needle, where you do the crosshatch cut. You go in at one angle and in at another to almost make it like an X, to then be able to insert and overlap your anchor. The other way is with biopsy punches, which are... They're a little spendy, but honestly, they are worth the time and they are worth the money because they are a lot less painless. They're not as painful, and they're quick and they're easy. Dermal punch it's a biopsy punch, like a medical grade biopsy punch. It's a circular razor sharp tool, and we dig it down into the skin and it takes out a layer of fat tissue. Like you actually see a little fat worm pull out. Then we'll take our gem top attached to our anchor with the hemostats, but you'll have a long end and a short end on your anchor. You want to insert the long end first while stretching the skin out to give you that room on whatever side you're going to be pushing down on, and push down in one firm, hard motion to be able to get it in and underneath that skin. What this guy is doing, you're not going to be able to get deep enough with that needle to be able to get it as deep as you need to, unless you're really, really good at that method, which I'm not that great with that method. I've done a few. It's difficult. It does hurt more, but it's possible. Biopsy punch is the way to go. If you have somebody that you know that's comfortable with that method, cool. If not, it's all up to the piercer's discretion. But all piercers will do whatever they're more comfortable with. But this guy, he's just wrenching on her skin. That's bad. That's not good. So here we have what's called a nape piercing, which is on the back of your neck. And to me, I can already tell that looks way too shallow. Unless he's doing it with a bent barbell. That looks way too shallow, dude. You got a lot of good meat on there, but it looks like half of it's sticking out on one side and the other's not. And now this guy's dizzy, and he's more than likely about to pass out. He's just gonna get the other ball on. Does this guy faint? Tell me he faints.
Much?
Yeah, it hurts. Nobody's gonna go grab him like some apple juice or an ice pack or a fan to cool him down. Okay, so with that one, with a nape, I poke fun because people do pass out. Whether you like it or not, if you've ever been in a tattoo shop, people pass out. They either pass out from tattoos or piercings, and sometimes it's from the pain. More often than most, it's a mental thing. People just hype themselves up way too much, or it actually does hurt that bad, or they just have a fear of blood and needles, and it freaks them out to the point to where they pass out. It happens. If that's the case, I've never had anybody die from anything ever. People pass out. There's a certain regimen that we can do for them. We usually get them an ice pack, cool them down, make sure they get some sugar. That's why I have a lot of apple juice around the shop. Cool them down. Sometimes they throw up. I've had people pee their pants. It happens. It's a part of the tattooing industry, piercing industry. Just happens. With the Nape piercing, I don't know how I got on that. Well, I got on that because he was feeling dizzy. But with the Nape piercing is a difficult one to do. It's a difficult one to do. It's a hard piercing on the client because it's so much skin. I feel like he didn't grab enough skin for what he was doing, but you need to be able to grab the back of your neck and grab as much skin as possible. You're going to want to clean the area first, measure it out to the size of the jewelry that you want to make sure that nothing's going to be protruding out farther than you want. If you ever see a shallow piercing, it happens a lot with belly buttons. They'll have their belly button pierced, but you can see like more than half of the bar hanging down from the bottom of their belly button. It happens a lot with either bigger gals. Sometimes it'll migrate out and kind of move to where it sits more comfortable, and really skinny gals, it's because they're skinny, they don't have enough skin there to be able to pierce it properly, and sometimes there's not enough fat there for it to sit, so you end up just getting a bunch of skin, and then it migrates and moves, and the tissue dies, and it just kind of falls down that way. That being said, it's a tough one. you got to do a lot of things right, and a lot of things can go wrong really quick with surface bars. Not just on the nape, on the hips, on the chest, anywhere. They're tough. They're tough to do. And here we have the Illusive. Actually, it's not very elusive. It's actually very common. At-home piercing.
Say what?
I don't care.
Damn!
It's not that big of a deal.
Now go. Where's the fucking... Where's the piece? Where's the piece?
He's gonna try and put it in. Let me tell you something. Don't ever get anything pierced at home. Whether they say they're a professional piercer or not, or you call somebody to come to your house, don't do it. A, it's not sanitary. It's never sanitary. B, this guy's not wearing gloves again, which means he's getting his dirty mitts all over this guy's fresh open wound. And C, I don't know what letter I'm on in the alphabet. Like, just don't do it. There's so many things that can go wrong. Err on the side of caution. If it seems like it's a little bit too expensive to go to a reputable shop, save your money. Go get it done by a reputable shop. A professional. Somebody that does this for a living. Okay, I've seen way too many people come with botched home jobs, not only tattoos, but piercings, and teenagers, like, oh, I did it in the girls' bathroom at my high school or my middle school, and it's like, that is the most disgusting thing ever. You are going to get an infection, and they're going to start having to lop off parts of your body. Okay? It's just how it is. It's not clean. It's not... You're not a trained professional. Go to a professional shop. Okay? Go to a professional shop. Just do it, please. Please, just fucking go to a goddamn professional shop, please. God damn it. Just go to a goddamn professional shop. With that being said, do not do what they did. I know some of these people actually did go to professional shops, and things still got botched up, but unfortunately it's a law of averages. No matter how long you've been doing something, there's always that chance that somebody will make a mistake. Piercings, unfortunately, are rather easy to fix. Tattoos, not so much. Always err on the side of caution. Ask for portfolios. Even ask the piercer if they happen to have any portfolios. More often than not, they don't, but I mean, you know, just use your best judgment. And never do anything at home. Don't be spreading bloodborne diseases everywhere. I don't know how else to say it. Just don't do it, okay? Just don't do it. Don't do at-home botched jobs. Well, on that note, I think I'm going to end it here. Thank you guys for watching. If you like videos like this, let me know. I can do topic videos, or, you know, I've just been really doing other stuff, honestly, and just trying to get outside my comfort zone to do this. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I will catch you guys in the next video.